Welcome to the Kool Babeez Podcast. So before we get started, I'm sure you guys noticed that it's only three of us, our bit of honey, and our Miss Untouchable that I'm never going to change. Only her man can touch her, and me, Miss Sparkles. But before we go any further, today is 9/11, and we're going to take some time not only to recognize those that were lost in 9/11, but we're also going to give tribute to the Democrats that were killed on June 14th, 2025 in Minnesota, Melissa Hartman and her husband. We're also going to give tribute to, and I've gone a little blank, to Charlie Kirk, who was taken in the midst of political unrest because of the things that are being promoted to create division among us. So for 30 seconds, a moment of silence. I'm doing Mississippi 1, Mississippi 2.
15. Five, four, three, two, one.
All right, my friends, we are back. So we wanted to make sure that we gave a moment of silence to those that are lost because human life is valuable. We have learned to dehumanize each other in the moment of a crisis. When a man is shot on live TV, as a woman who watched her husband murdered in her driveway, I want to say to his wife and to his family, I can relate. I'm sorry that the world is so caught up in its bullshit that it forgets that you lost someone that you love. Regardless of what his political views or what we felt, the hatred that people have to dehumanize another person has forgot that you have lost the love of your life. Yes. From the Kool Babeez and to you that have lost your loved one, we're going to say our condolences to you. Our podcast tonight is about how we dehumanize each other because of your opinion. That's the topic.
Part of the topic. It's not just to dehumanize you because of your opinion.
Sneak up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. It's not just about dehumanizing a person because of their opinion. Mm-hmm. It's about, like, you spoke so eloquently about the loss for Charlie Kirk's loved ones and his family. It's compared, and people compare it to Martin Luther King Jr. And I understand intellectually why you're doing that comparison, because this Martin Luther King Jr. was a man spouting an unpopular opinion that was murdered very publicly, and left young children behind. And so I absolutely intellectually understand that.
Right.
My struggle with that is like my struggle with a lot of things that are compared so casually, without a deeper insight into that, because I understand that it's a movement for a lot of people that feel like, hey, our family values are lost. Hey, the country's going to shit because our morals are lost. And then people have their own opinions. But that's where the comparison ends, because Martin Luther King Jr. was, he pulled people together.
He was a humanitarian creating unity.
Right. So he created unity, and he promoted unity. We're not asking for special treatment. We would really just like the system to get your foot off our neck and allow us to thrive.
Right.
And
give us a chance.
Give us a chance.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lie, I watched one kind of debate that Charlie Kirk did with a South African. And one of the things he said in this argument was, we shouldn't have a blame culture. Absolutely. You shouldn't expect the grandson to pay for the sins of his grandfather. Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed, right? But what we're saying is the grandson hasn't stopped doing the sins. He just named it something different. I don't think he's Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh,
so I'm appreciative of what Nina's saying.
And it's personal.
And it's personal. It's definitely personal for me because my husband was murdered in his driveway and they still haven't caught the person. But then I want to recognize what Nina said. One, I don't feel like he deserves, not because of his political point of view, but Martin Luther King was about humanity. Martin Luther King was about unity. Martin Luther King was going to just give me a voice at the table. So, Tracy, what's your opinion?
Okay, well, since we are talking about humanity, and when you think of human nature, you need to put in the component of compassion. And I think that's what we're missing. Mm-hmm. That's why we see all this violence that's happening in the world, because we can't relate to one another.
Right.
And I think that is a severe issue with what's going on in the United States.
I agree.
So.
Agreed. And we talked in our first podcast about our intentional friendship.
That's
right. Yes, intentional friendship.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about the effort we put in to create the friendship, like showing up, being there, being that good person. Mm-hmm. And I think we talk about kindness as just kind of something you throw out, but actually...
But it's who we are.
Yeah, you have to practice it. And in our last podcast, Gayla ended with a beautiful quote about you are, like, how words have power.
Your intentions.
And your intentions, and how you are what you say and what you do and all of those things. And so we look at that and we think, how do we find the balance? Like, we can talk about the details and we can talk about slavery and Jim Crow and this and that and blue lives and black lives and native lives and all lives matter. We understand that.
Yes, they
do. What we really want to put behind that is the intention of it. What are you doing about it? How are you being kind? What have you done
What's
kind
your
today?
intention?
What's your intention? Mm-hmm. We tell our children, be kind, be share. And as soon as you become an adult, you're like, fuck that. Every man for himself.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So why do we do that? Why do we change?
So Nina said something very interesting when her and I were talking. She was like, human nature has a tendency of doing this. There's a whole pie. You cut it up, and because we assume that you have more peace than we do. Here's the thing. You have this whole pie, and if you divide it up equally, we can all share.
And we can all have pie.
And we can all have pie.
And let me tell you, you don't need more pie.
No.
That's right.
Because then it puts some weight on you, and then you're mad.
One of the seven deadlies,
greed, gluttony, and a whole bunch of things.
So when you can find balance, then it's easier to find kindness.
It is.
That's right.
And so the other part of it is, if you can show kindness, then it'll stand out for the people that actually need actual help.
Yes.
Because we talk about harder crimes and punishment and da-da-da, and the system's broken here and the system's broken there. And okay, we all know the system's broken. What are you doing today to help the system?
To be kind.
Right,
to be kind. To be kind.
To
I'm going to hit you guys with even one better for all you Christian folks out there. Christian means to be Christ-like. And if you are Christ-like, that means you are kind and you are forgiving. So we're going to end this real quick on this.
We don't have to end it.
We don't have to end it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. 9/11 today.
Yes.
Someone lived in New York. I worked with a lady that lived in New York at the time that it happened.
Okay.
And she talked about the kindness that people had.
Yes.
And I've noticed in times of crisis, so the reason we're talking about the kindness is we know we have it in us.
Yes, we do.
The other part is we also need balance.
Yes.
And human chemistry doesn't work with all one thing.
Yes.
So that may be why we change. I don't know. I'm not a
right.
scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a researcher.
But it would be fun to find out if there's a scientist out there that wants to come in on the Kool Babeez Podcast and explain to us why we sometimes have an imbalance in our relationships. Come on.
Put your comments
Visit us.
on YouTube.
Yes.
Comment on TikTok.
That's right.
You know, we'll
reach out to
Yeah, because I'm learning. I just realized, people, I'm going to make y'all laugh. I didn't realize we was on TikTok. I knew we was on YouTube, but I didn't.
Who talk?
Who talk?
To talk.
That's what?
I've been drinking, and I'll make y'all laugh. I got a little bit of limoncello in my red wine, so yes, it's gonna slur a little bit because it's my person.
Like, why do we have to hurt each other until something so tragic happens that you find the kindness?
We would love your feedback. So definitely hit us up on TikTok. Nina, what's our TikTok?
KoolBabeez84.com. I mean, at TikTok or something like that. I don't know.
Okay,
but
see,
like,
Nina,
sorry,
try it again.
I tried.
Try it again. Nina, it's what?
KoolBabeez84.
Kool Babeez 84.
Class of 84.
Nina, what's our YouTube?
Kool Babeez 84.
Kool Babeez 84.
Right.
Nina, have we made it to Instagram yet?
Not yet.
Real quick. Nina.
Yes.
Thank you, baby girl, for making this possible.
Thank
you, baby girl, for being the director, the producer, the critiquer, the telling us that we need to
showing up.
Right. Cheers to our Nina. So real quick, one more time. What is the YouTube?
Kool Babeez 84.
What's the TikTok?
Kool Babeez 84.
Instagram in the make is going to be?
Kool Babeez 84.
All right. If we go Facebook, it's going to be?
Kool Babeez 84.
So folks that don't know how to spell Kool Babeez, how are we spelling Kool Babeez?
KoolBabeez.
Humanity.
We want to talk about balance. We want to talk about kindness because in all of this, the people that have fixed societies are the people that live in the society.
Yes.
There you go.
Like Martin Luther King Jr.,
Right.
he was able to be a change agent.
Yeah.
And being a change agent is not easy. Just because you're speaking loudly or yelling something doesn't make you a change agent.
Right.
So if I want to talk about something, I bring you to the table.
Right.
And I bring you to the table.
Right.
And I bring you to the table. And when we talk about Martin Luther King Jr. and the unity that he did, that was his strong suit. He was able to bring people to the table in a calm, logical fashion and have a discussion and explain. You tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and we have no boots. So how are we supposed to do that?
So Nina, I have a question for you. I'm asking you right now, sis, because I love what Martin Luther King did. He was for the people. He was creating unity. And everyone always gave Malcolm X sometimes a hard look because he wasn't. So when you put the two together, because at some point in time they came together and they were going to work together before they were both assassinated.
Yes.
Okay.
So to that point.
Yes. And I love you because
I actually want Tracy to answer first. What does she think?
Well, in regards to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, first of all, you got two different lanes. This is the way I see it.
okay, that's what we're asking.
We got two different lanes.
Two different lanes.
So, with Malcolm X, by any means necessary.
Yes.
And at a certain point, you have to focus
Any
to focus
means
with
necessary.
that. But you don't have to include to where you have to harm somebody, because I'm more of a compassionate human being.
Right.
If I feel that there's chaos being brought into the picture, I tend to step away.
Yes.
Because that hurts my spirit.
Right.
So now, with Malcolm X and you have Martin Luther King, you don't have, thank you, sweetie, you don't have, Malcolm was able to reach a certain group. And he moved that power.
Right.
Malcolm
and Martin, they were able to reach different groups.
Right.
Just think what would happen if they have gotten together. If
And
they weren't assassinated.
And I think that may have been part of
the assassination part.
So I think part of the assassination, speaking of Malcolm X, my thought to that, you mentioned he did speak to by any means necessary. And people bring that out, but really that was early in his career when he was very angry for a lot of reasons.
Right.
And he had his own reasons and legitimacy with that.
Yeah.
And the Nation of Islam kind of saved him.
Right.
And then so he was like angry at the evil white man, right? And then he went to Mecca, and he realized we're all the children of Abraham, every single one of us. So I'm going to start there and say he realized that in his journey.
Right.
And when he came back, he was different, and he started to adjust his message, and it felt like the people that killed him were very resistant to change.
Yes.
So it's
everybody is resistant to change.
So people, when you find that discomfort, we talk about stepping outside your comfort zone.
Yes.
Seriously, when you see other someone that doesn't match you, doesn't look like you,
Resistance
your
to change.
initial reaction will be visceral depending on how many you see or how comfortable or what you've heard.
Right.
So one of the edicts that we have never quite embraced as a country of Martin Luther King is please judge people by the content of their character.
Thank you.
And
Not the color of their skin. If we want to talk about when America was great, we can't point to episodes, but we can probably point to days.
Yes.
On September 12th, America was great. On the day that Martin Luther King stood up and said, I had a dream, and
was
a million people sat in the National
America was great.
and said America was great because it was white, it was black, it was Jewish,
everybody.
it was everybody.
Right. America was great.
And I'm not saying, because we haven't talked about toxic positivity, but we believe in it.
Right.
Like you can also be too far that way.
Yeah.
And so
as they go too far left or the far right. All of y'all are fucked up.
Right. When you find yin and yang, when you look at a balance.
That's what we're
Even in your own life, if you find balance, you're happy.
A favor, sis. Reach behind you and grab my book. No, seriously.
Oh, okay.
Just grab my book.
Grab the book, sweetie.
So
there you go.
I'm going to love this because my sister said something that was very, very real.
Okay.
And we talk about toxic positivity.
Wow.
And so I want you guys to hear toxic positivity. Here is toxic positivity.
Okay.
To say I'm okay when I am not okay is toxic positivity. When did it become wrong to admit I am hurting? Feeling lost. Why must my first response be, I'm okay? Why am I not? I say that to say, America, we are living in toxic positivity.
Wow.
Because we keep saying that we're okay with our actions when we're not. Throughout our life, we have been told to say, I am okay. Because anything less will be seen as weakness. But question, is weakness to admit you are not okay? Or is that courage? To stand and say, I am broken, I am lost, I am hurt, and I am in need of help. America, we are broken, we are hurting, we are in need of help. Because we know how to come together and heal each other through kindness, as my sister Tracy said, through encouragement, as my Nina always pushes.
That's right.
So I love
Tracy,
it. I love it.
Lara and I will take over.
Oh man!
Oh yeah.
And so we love Tracy for that. We love Tracy.
I process everything, and I sit back and I chime in periodically. I consider myself love. I consider myself kindness.
Our Tracy is love, grace, and mercy.
Well,
Come
thank
on,
you,
Tracy,
sweetie.
speak it up.
Thank you.
Nina
and you can
Stop talking.
and you can see. Look, and you can see.
I'm gonna turn her mic off.
And you can see, like I said, my girls, I let them say what they need to say, and they know I don't have a problem in being in the background. When I think about our relationships, our friendships, it's built on kindness, it's built on trust, and that's what I would love for our society. I'm hoping that we can one day get back to where we see humanity for what it is, and we love one another because we are all human.
Yes.
So what, we look differently. It's okay. That's what makes the world special. We're human. We're human.
We're human because.
Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there.
Go ahead, do it.
It's not a conspiracy theory, so please don't.
Go ahead.
There's like, hey, there's a celestial object moving through space.
Okay.
In a non-natural way. They don't know what it is, but it's in our solar system.
Okay.
And so it's very quiet. Wow. I mean, it's really like we.
Did you turn my mic off?
I did not.
No, she did not.
I did not.
She did not. I can hear you. She just said she could.
You were close.
I was close. Y'all have been close all night.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
We have to laugh. Oh my God. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the love.
It is about the love, and it is about that.
Another.
And I was like, we're humans, and one day someone's gonna show up and like laugh at us. So let this be your last battlefield. My sci-fi showing through Star Trek.
Yeah.
There's an episode, and it's called "Let This Be Your Last Battlefield." It's the last two entities of this planet that exist at all. And so the crew is like, okay, but what's the problem again? Like, why are you guys? I mean, these men are fighting to the death. And they're like, can't you see? He's black on the right side. I'm black on the left side.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't see that.
Wow. It's the original series for anyone looking, but it's called Let This Be Your Last Battlefield. And they were just looking at them like, y'all look just the same to us. Like, because
they are still
we're
the same.
human.
Yes.
They literally called us a mixed child, a mulatto, because they said it's a different species. And then that didn't work because if it was a different species, because a horse and a donkey make a mule, which is a different species because they're different species, but it's sterile. It doesn't procreate.
Right. There you go.
But that didn't happen with us.
With us, that's right.
And so all of these things are just reasons to create atrocities, when in reality, say it, Tracy. We're just human.
In reality, we are just human.
My friends.
Human beings.
Be kind.
I am. I'm going to be real kind.
That's right.
There is a movie that I said in a couple of episodes back.
Okay.
It's called The Origin. And I'm very, very serious. You guys need to watch this because it speaks to humanity, as my sisters are talking about. And it shows how, as humans, we keep trying to dehumanize each other.
And only when we stop
will we make forward progress.
Because imagine how amazing this planet is.
Would be.
And how many people on this planet are geniuses.
How
amazing would we be if we
and I'm
all
telling y'all
forward.
And I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all keep fucking up, I'm gonna start saying I am from Venus. Fuck y'all.
Except when that thing that's not moving in a natural pattern in our solar system.
But I'm gonna ask them, can they take me with them? That's my sci-fi point of view. Like, hola, how you doing?
That never turns out well for us.
However, I'm gonna try to. No, seriously, people.
Yes,
On a real.
Yes.
For real. My sister Tracy said it best. Kindness is the key to all changes. When you're kind, you're loving. When you're loving, you're forgiving. When you're forgiving, you're willing to accept change.
Which then makes you reasonable. So if we could get a bunch of reasonable, kind people and human.
Yes.
You said it. You said it.
So love out.
How did Soul Train used to go? Love, peace, and soul.
Love, peace
and soul.
5,